L'chaim v'livracha.
To life and to blessings. So for those who were with us last night already know the news, but our dear son, Shneur Zalman, his wife, Menu Harachel, had a baby girl last night. Baruch Hashem, mother and daughter are doing fine. They are fine, so they got to do fine. And a big blessing, an amazing blessing. And we thank God Almighty for his constant blessings for our family. Chaim. We have completed full 8 chapters of Tanya. And in these 8 chapters, we've learned to know ourselves a bit. We're made up of a divine soul that's a part of God, that has 10 qualities to it, 3 intellectual, 7 emotional, and has 3 garments of self-expression. On the other hand, we have also an animal soul within us. It's an animal soul within us that is made up of also 10 powers of the soul, intellect and emotional. Also has forms of self-expression of thought, speech, and action. And when the animal soul expresses itself with a thought, with words of communication, or with an action, instead of uplifting, it degrades the individual. It degrades the individual. So what we have is a full awareness of who we are. Chapter 9 now takes us to the next level. Now that we know who's on first and what's on second, so let us understand actually. So where does this all reside within me? I'm made up of these 2 character qualities, two complete beings, 2 different souls that are not just an inclination and, Yetzer Hara, an evil inclination, but it's 2 different beings inside of me. Wow. No wonder it's easy to be schizophrenic. So the animal soul, which is derived from klipas noiga, right? The translucent form of klipa, shell that covers over. It is in the left ventricle of the heart that's full of blood. It's in the blood. Now, it's not physically in the blood that if you get a blood transfusion, you're going to get a different animal soul. That's not what it means. Metaphysically, it's there. In the left ventricle of the heart, that's full of blood, that pumps blood into the body. And just like it's there in the heart, so what does the animal soul want is that from the heart, as blood is pumped into the rest of the organs of the body, well, likewise, the animal soul wants to then take the feeling in the heart, which the 4 basic feelings that we mentioned that are based on 4 different elements of creation: water, lust; earth, melancholy, heaviness, feeling heavy; fire, anger; and air, boastfulness. Four different elements. So what does it want? It wants that all those feelings of the heart should express themselves in the limbs of the body. In other words, act on it. Speak about it with your mouth. You're angry, express it. You're, first from your heart, it'll go to your mind, right? You're, feeling boastful. Think about how wonderful you are in your mind. You're feeling uh, hurt, upset, angry at someone. Express it with the lips of your mouth. You're you're feeling slothful. Express it with your, just sit and veg, right? This is what from the heart and the left ventricle of the heart, it's going to go to the rest of the body, just as the blood does. The divine soul, on the other hand, it also resides, well, initially it resides in the brain, but it finds its revelation in the heart also, but not the left ventricle, but the right ventricle of the heart. The right ventricle of the heart that is not full of blood. And that's what it says in Koheles, Ecclesiastics, the heart of the wise man is in his right. So what does it express there? A fire and passion for God. How? Because the mind understands the value of connection to God. It feeds the heart, and there in the heart, that's where it reveals that passion and um, a fiery, passionate love towards God that comes from one's chokhmah, from your bina, from your understanding the details of God's engagement in the world, in your life. The more you appreciate and understand that intellectually, the more it feeds you emotionally. And of course, with Das, with knowledge that which you know becomes very real for you. Ugh. And that should, of course, reflect itself from the heart to the rest of the limbs of the body, that now you do something laudable towards God, for the sake of God. Right? That's the divine soul. So what we have over here is interesting. Inside of us, we have two different souls that operate in two different parts of us, if you will. Again, this is not in the physical sense, it's in a metaphysical sense. That's what we've established. Each one functioning in its own unique way, the godly and the animal soul. Now, it could sound from this, right, since they are different, they reside in different parts of me. So, each one goes on its own merry journey. Each one does its thing. But what we're going to learn tomorrow, no, that's not what happens. We're going to learn, as in this chapter, right now we didn't get to that point of understanding, but life's a battle because we got two elements inside of us. And we will see that, on the contrary, the more the battle, the more a person is really alive, as opposed to someone who lives on autopilot You're going to live naturally just with an animal soul and its natural reaction. But when you incorporate the divine soul, so then we'll see life's a battle. What's the battle? What's the battleground? The combatants, we have an idea already, godly soul and the animal soul. What's the grounds of for the combatants? What's the goal? Where are we going with this? Come back. You'll find out. God willing, tomorrow. Tomorrow. Any questions? Any comments?
More there's a battle, the more souls were alive. Is that what you said?
Um, All right. I don't see any questions. Did I miss something? All right, amazing. To be continued. Um, to be continued. Tomorrow we'll conclude chapter 9. Very important to appreciate what the battle of life, the real battle, and we're on our way to appreciating what our purpose is all about. All right, Rambam coming up. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine coming to you from Chabad Zurich and Kadeshim, Montreal, Canada, where it's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you the Tanya. Have an amazing, great day.